Alright, let's get into a little bit of what this light can do. Like I said, I'm using sound switch as my preferred method of DMX control, using this sound switch control 1 controller to access all the features and hands-on performance. So I've got the light added in. I'll go ahead and show you right here. I've got it on 38 channel mode, set as the mover primary. It's the only light in this particular venue set up just for the ease of showing off this light particularly on its own. Alright, so I've got some auto loops set up if you're familiar with sound switch. Well, let's go ahead and get it going. If you're hearing a fan, the fan from the light actually is not that loud. What you're hearing behind me probably is the fan for my hazer machine. I'm trying to put a little haze in the air to show off this light. Now there's no music because it's in edit mode right now. Alright, I'm going to pause the light about right here so I can show you some of the attributes that this light has along with it. MIDI. Alright, here we go. Alright, first thing I'm going to show you is the focus, which I like a lot because you can use this as a wash light, and it also obviously pans and tilts to add some energy to the room instead of just a basic wash light that's only lighting up one specific area. This moves around the room and the dance floor. But not only that, if you get into the focus feature, you can tighten that beam to be a real tight beam, or really anywhere in between. And that's a really wide wash, and it is bright. It will light up a room, especially if you have a set of them. Like I have a set of the previous version, the LM1915R, and man, they are just great. Alright, so let's see if we can turn that down and just do the strip. Let's see, strip. Okay, so I've got the main LEDs blacked out so that I can show off the features of the LED ring and the auxiliary LEDs, which has the LED matrix programming that the previous light did not have. So here we go. So we can turn them red. Let's see if I can focus in on this light so you can see a little better what's going on with it. Alright. You can turn the red up and down. Of course, then you got green. Blue. And you can mix these however you'd like. Here's the auto effects. So we'll start with I haven't tested every single one of these functions, so right now it looks like it's just going to be changing between all the different colors. Let's step up to another. function. This is just running through various different LED matrix programs that are built into the light. Now we're starting to get into some different colors. It's pretty cool looking stuff. Oh, now we got it. Some rainbow effects, and that's pretty cool looking. Looks like that might just be a static. Now that gives the effect of kind of turning a little. So, I mean, this goes all, I'm only on value like 52. This goes up to 256. So there's a lot. I'll just run through them pretty quick so you can get an idea. Turn it down a little bit so it's not glaring so much. That's really cool. So it's doing like a wave fade between reds and blues and pinks. And now we got some orange coming in. That's pretty cool. Same with greens and blues. And in the 99 channel mode, you can take individual function of every single one of these LED pixels. So that was a 1 and a 2. Interesting. So you can make letters, numbers. I'd say if you had enough of these, you could spell out someone's name. Yeah, here comes 3. That's cool. And like I said, these are just built-in functions. You can take control and do as much programming and as many different colors and shapes as you'd like. Obviously not going to have time to get into every single thing that you can do. All right, let's get into the strip light and the strip LED ring strip. Let's see, first turn that up a little. You can go all through the different colors. There's red, green, blue, obviously color mixing, all those. We got the auto effect. Here we go. Now this is something I use quite a bit on my the LM1915R. Now when you stand back and you're in a room, this really gives the effect that this light is rotating. It is not, but it gives the effect, especially if you turn the speed up. There we go. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm just going to kind of slowly run through all these different auto effects of the LED ring. Of course, you got color changing, fading. You've got the one, I don't know what you call that, just a section of the strip light rotating, and it goes up to 2, 3, 4. Now that's what I have mine set on. For a static look, when you have these and just have them kind of moving back and forth, it puts a really cool effect in the background. You're not seeing this on a lot of other lights, so kudos to Betopper on this. And then there's just loads different auto effects. A little bounce, chase, chase and catch, I guess I would call it. And you've got colors rotating, and it just keeps going on and on. Rainbow rotations. Super cool. I like this a lot. And of course, right now I have the main lights off. This can be added to the actual light itself, creating different color matching, color schemes. I'll give you an example of that. Here's something not seen on a lot of lights. Let me get the color back on this. Okay, so right now it's set like a bright white. Looks a little purple here, but it's sure it's white. Let a little bit of fog roll in here. This is a feature that I really like because I feel like people at weddings, brides are requesting, I've seen this a lot lately, I don't know if other people have or not, but they're requesting all white lights. And especially static scenes like during dinner and stuff like that, if you're like lighting up in a certain area, maybe a cake cutting or the entrance, you know, they don't want colors. Photographers don't like to see colors. It washes out their pictures and makes it hard for them to edit. But check this out. You have color temperature changing. So we got a warm white, soft white, bright white, and you can go all the way up into like 5,000, 6,000 K daylight. I don't know how much that's really showing in here, but you can see the color temperature changing. And that's just on white. Obviously it applies to if you have a color on as well. But I think that's a really cool effect. And I'll show you right here in Sound Switch. And since I've got it focused in on that real quick, I'll show you all the features that you can access on the 38 channel mode that I'm in right now. Pan, fine tune, tilt, fine tune, pan, tilt, axis speed, color temperature, which we were just playing with, RGB, W auto effect. That's something we didn't do. Let's do that. And of course, that's just going to be your basic light RGB effects, but it's going to affect every main LED and go through different different effects that are built into the program. I'll speed it up a little bit so you can kind of see it better. Obviously right here we're just going through just different colors. And this is not the auxiliary lighting, the small LEDs. This is the main LEDs. Okay, here we go. So it just gives you some a little bit of action, something to change it up from just the whole thing being on. Adds a little movement and action to the dance floor, especially when it's moving across the room, panning and tilting itself. The very center light, the middle ring with 6 LEDs, and then all the LEDs on the outer ring can all be accessed separately inside DMX control. So the auto mode you're seeing with the different colors right now, going through those, you can take control of all those yourself. With a DMX controller or inside sound switch or any alike DMX control program. Let's see if I can hit a couple different ones real quick before I turn that speed up and see what happens. Yeah, now we're getting into some action. So, really cool. Really bright, vivid lights. I mean, I did a prom here where I live a few months ago, and I used the LM1915R, the previous version of this light, and man, I tell you, it lit up the entire gymnasium just with 2 of them on totems. All right, let's back up a little bit. Select color track. All right, let's get back into, I'm just going to let it roll through some of the programming that I've got. Tell you what, let's get some music added to it, which I'm going to have to be careful with copyright stuff. Let me open up Virtual DJ. Really cool light, really bright. I like it a lot. I'm going to turn stem separation on so I can remove vocals and sounds, and we'll just get a beat. That way we don't get tagged for some kind of copyright. That would defeat the purpose of this entire video, but it'll show what the lights can do alongside a program. All right, let's get started. Let's see what this baby can do. And I've got control over here. Let's make it red. Ooh, yeah. There we go. Purple. Now I've got control over here. I can strobe it. It's got a really fast strobe. All right, I'm going to go back and add some attribute cues so that I can have the LED ring moving with the colors as well. All right, let's see. That right there, I've got the auxiliary on. And let's get over here where you can really see it hitting the wall. All right, now I've got the strip on, so you can see the strip is blue in the background, fading between red and yellow. I'm just moving around the room. So you can really add some cool color matching effects. Let's check that one out. Let's do that a pink. Okay, so get that going. I've got the auxiliary on. I want the strip to be on. There we go. So that's got a blue ring, and it's fading back and forth between, you know, pink and teal, different colors like that. Let's make it red. That might be a more contrast type color. There we go. See, you can really hit some cool color mixing. Make it look really good. Well, that about does it for this review. I'm going to dive in deeper, and I'll probably have some more videos on this, but I want to say thank you to Betopper for letting me check this light out to give a review, and yeah, more than likely I'm probably going to get a set of these to add to my collection. Probably place them right alongside their previous version and see what I can get out of it. But everybody, thanks for watching. I'm DJ Drew Funk.